A better example. I think the best thing that ever happened to Meek Mill was for him to coexist with Drake.
Yeah.
Because now you're put, even if you're not alongside Drake, you're still put to his level.
Yeah.
And you see eye to eye, or you're not seeing eye to eye and you're sitting across from him. You know?
Yeah.
And you're still coexisting with one of the biggest rap artists in the world. And Meek Mill is not at the, I'm sorry, he's not at the level of Drake.
But I think that's easy for us to say, looking on the outside. But, like, that's the same thing you say about Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen was, like, a top 5 player in the NBA, but always fell in the shadow of Michael Jordan because you play with Michael Jordan, bro.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, motherfuckers, to another episode of the IC.
The IC, baby.
I'm the host with the most.
And I'm old Head Steph. Right back at you. Y'all be trying to be like the motherfucking niggas. You have mad energy on YouTube.
What's my name again? Sean Johnson.
Sean.
We got Sade Renee. Have a nice day.
Hey, Miss Renee.
I like that shirt.
That's my mama. Don't call me that.
I like that shirt. Where you get that shirt?
Sorry, Inspiration Chemistry Girls Tea.
Hey, that's fine. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I like the collar, how it turned black. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Holla at us, man. Them shirts is quality.
Send those questions in. Y'all can get one.
Yeah, send a question and you get a free shirt.
You did.
Like, just like that.
You did.
You know, Sean Johnson, Head Steph, Sade Renee.
You did.
This is the IC. Welcome back to another episode. Yo, thanks for tuning in, y'all. Thank you. Much love. Yo, Sade, what's going on today?
So, I found something that was really cool. Music, we always talk about music and how it's changing. And, you know, before there was like CDs and it's always about sales and stuff. And now everything's about like streaming.
Mm-hmm.
And Juice WRLD is the first hip hop artist in the history to have 2 studio albums with each track over 100 million streams on Spotify.
Yeah, damn.
That's a lot.
That boy made so much music.
That's a lot. I did not know that. And I fuck with Juice WRLD, but I did not know he was like that lit.
Yeah, I didn't listen to all of his stuff. I feel like he was like, you know how, I'm not going to talk bad about his music, but he did make a lot of music. I feel, yeah, he made a lot of music. I don't dislike it. It's just like, I feel like when you make so much, I just feel like he just was throwing them out of there, you know?
But isn't that what you got to do? It's like a game of probability.
Sometimes I feel like when you're trying to find your not your niche, but your style and you're trying to zero your shot. When you're trying to zero your shot in, then you're supposed to do that. But once you zero it in, I feel like taking some time to go to the specific diction. I just like, me personally, as a consumer, I like projects of music. Like, you know what I mean? I don't
you like well-crafted
yeah.
art
like, where we going?
Pieces.
Create a world for me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like that's what I just feel like he was just in love with making music, which is cool.
Oh, he's just making shit.
Just making
music. I used to love that, see that kid freestyle.
Yeah, he'll go for hours, bro.
And he's off the top.
Off the top,
he just got some shit to get off his chest. Maybe that's what it is. And they're all hitting.
It could be. And I'm not, and like I said, again, dope. He was nasty. He was able to freestyle all day, not fuck up, just go off the top of the dome, man. And that's cool. He definitely, and it wasn't like bad quality. It was good quality music that he would freestyle and make a fucking whole song out of it.
But his sales isn't what only intrigued me. It just intrigued me that like before it was like CDs. You get what I'm saying? Like you had to like, you know, when people used to get like platinum records, they used to have like platinum records and it just be like one record, or just like a whole album just went platinum or gold or whatever the hell it is. Like now it's streaming. Like you can literally just listen to a whole CD. You don't even have to buy shit. You can just go on Spotify, get the subscription to Spotify, and you can listen to whatever the fuck you want.
I think it's extremely convenient.
That's cool.
It's extremely convenient, but I have a love-hate relationship with that. Honestly, the artists are making way less money now because of that. The only reason why streaming is, well, I don't want to say the only reason, but the big reason streaming is such a big thing is because Napster, LimeWire, the pirating of music was getting kind of
So this was the solution.
This was the solution. But it resulted in artists making a lot less money. Because for a long time, people didn't like, how do we fucking give you money over this?
That's, I was say, it's like crazy because the way, like the things that people music artists used to have to go through to just get a record made. Like they used to be like, oh, we're gonna give you a deal and we're gonna make one record.
One record.
And they used to press the records. Like it was just so much effort. Like music has become a lot effortless. And I found another article that was saying like drivers today are distracted, and it was like me in the 90s looking through my CD book. That's what I'm saying. Like I think like the two kind of like, it's just crazy like the way like technology has made like music a lot more accessible.
And I appreciate that, because as a consumer, I love it, because I don't miss fucking looking for, hey, what the fuck my Eminem CD? I haven't heard that shit in a minute.
Or having to label them.
And then ever let somebody borrow one of your CDs, you don't remember? Like, what the fuck? I know I let somebody borrow that shit. I don't miss that. But it's definitely dope. And it also just having, I think me personally, I think I take it for granted, but like how much access I have to like free music, bro. Like I can think of a song and just go listen to it.
And go listen to, just look it up on YouTube. Like even songs that haven't been released yet. Or like just like for whatever reason, I always find the songs that nobody's heard before, and I'm like, this is some shit right here. And it's like it's never been released. It's not on any platform, and it's just like this is that shit right there, and nobody's heard it. I think that's cool, because those are the like, it's always the songs that nobody likes on the CDs that I always like.
That's dope though. That's dope. I mean, you got some taste.
I don't know. I'm just a music lover. That's it. I'm a listener. I don't make it. Even though my name is Sade, that's weird. Everyone like, oh, can you sing a song for me?
You probably
can
could,
you sing? I sang when I was a kid in choir, and I was in school, and I was in school choir, but I've never. You
got the creativity for it.
I mean, I think I'm just like a little too shy to just be like singing my heart out. I only sing in the shower or in the car. Like I have full concerts in the car, but like music is just a great world.
Definitely beautiful world. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what I would do without it. Definitely my therapy, and I get lost in that. Not in video games.
Video games are cool though.
You guys want to see what's on TikTok?
Yeah, let's see. Oh man,
TikTok's a mess. Yeah, I love it. I love it there though.
I be getting lost in that motherfucker.
So Jack, this is my son Jack, who is 21. Jack suffers with Tourette syndrome for 11, 12 years now.
Yes,
got progressively worse.
You can't
respond to medication or anything else.
You can't walk me in there like that on camera, bro.
Acute brain stimulation because the NHS won't fund it. So as you can see, it affects his everyday life. He has absolutely no breaks at all. Jack, can you just briefly say how it affects your life?
Clearly, it's affecting his life.
It's crazy because it's like a lot of people are doing this just to get views.
Really?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are doing these just to get views.
You think they're faking?
I'm not saying I'm not saying him. I'm saying a lot of people are doing this just to get views. Why are you closing your eyes? Why are you closing your eyes?
Y'all cannot listen. My maturity level is not there. I'm very aware of it, and I'm working on it.
Okay,
this is not a laughing matter. It's not a laughing matter.
I like to eat things that I can't pronounce. A bitch loves a charcuterie flake. Escargot.
What the
a bolignage. That's my type. Wait. That's the area I'm in. If you're telling,
what's your favorite surprisingly deep quote from unlikely source?
Charcuterie plate. She's trying to say charcuterie.
My chain from me at gunpoint. I couldn't die for that. He got away with it. But he didn't get away with it.
What's your favorite surprise?
It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, pleasure to you too, man.
How you doing? We can all pull about a little bit. Do you want to pull about? Have a little pull and a push. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
You don't need like a fancy setup like this to make a Pepper's Ghost illusion. Our favorite fish here on my phone, and put that
that's the
on
thing
your phone,
about
and you've
TikTok.
already got Pepper's Ghost.
Yeah,
if you don't have an old cassette
this
case
is why
like
that's
this,
why I was like, I want to
you
look
can
at
use a
TikTok.
CD case. If it's clear, you can just kind of open it. Take the stuff out of it, and then put your
Oh, that's
put
so
your phone
cool.
in there, and then you've got a Pepper's Ghost as well.
Wait, what?
So
I don't
that's
understand.
all there is to it. It's not magic. You know, I'm not working in a vacuum with lasers or anything like that. So you should try it out.
This will be one of the most frightening videos that you've ever seen.
Oh, man.
You've heard of Dall.E 2. If you haven't, Google it real quick.
Who?
It's the new OpenAI program where you can type anything that you want, and the computer will automatically generate a cool series of images on any topic that you want. It's so ridiculously amazing. However, you guys are using it completely fucking wrong. It can also erase images, replace things. It's like, for example, if you said, hey, take this living room, remove this sofa, put a different sofa in there, boop, uses that exact same room, generates that image. It's freaking amazing. But if you take, I don't know, let's say a crowd of people or a press conference, and you say, remove all the aliens in this picture.
The fuck? What?
What do you think happens? Have you tried that? Do that. On the flip side, say, regenerate where the UAP was or UFO in the sky. Try it real quick.
What's the site?
It will blow your fucking mind.
Where he's really trying to get.
What's the site? What's the site?
Wally?
Wally,
not Wally, Dall.E or some shit like that.
This will be one you've ever seen. Frightening videos that you've. This will be one of the most frightening videos that you've ever seen. You've heard of Dall.E 2. If you haven't, Google it real quick.
Yeah.
Look,
What he's
press
really-
the button that says see more. Maybe he'll put it. I don't know what the fuck Dall.E 2 is.
Dall.E tool? A daily server?
Dall.E 2. He said it's an AI program where you could manipulate pictures and shit like that and videos. He's basically saying technology is getting to a certain point where you're not gonna. There's more. You don't get me wrong. I don't want to put certain narratives on you, but you feel like a lot of things in media aren't being perpetuated, right? Or no?
What do you mean?
Just like ideas in media, like there's not an agenda behind a lot of things we see on TV or in music.
Not necessarily.
You don't think there's
I think
intention?
I'm selective. I'm selective about which ones I do believe.
So
That's fair.
yeah, right.
That's pretty much my
He's basically saying the like, and I believe it too. The closer we get to the future, is the more they'll be able to manipulate the narrative with technology.
Yeah, I agree. Like I like the news. I definitely believe that they're pushing agenda.
Oh, okay.
All day. I'm not.
Okay.
Please don't tell me
No,
I was walking around here thinking I'm like, it's the news. Of course they're gonna tell the truth. Like, come on, bro. I'm not.
There's people like that.
Yeah, no, I know they
My
are.
mom don't think like my mom's a boomer. She don't think, oh no, it's the news. It's real.
No. See, I know. I know. I feel like I've been around long enough to know when bullshit is coming about. But I also I know that there's certain things when you don't have all the facts, you're just not going to know. And I don't stress myself out about it. I feel like there's way too many things that we don't know certain things on. And you can spend the entirety of your life just trying to find out and trying to find out and and I'm not one of those people that care to do that. I'm a very simple person. I like to try to see a lot of things in black and white. And I know there's a lot of gray, but I choose which gray I want to pay attention to. I'm not going to waste, I'm not going to spend excess energy on worrying, fear-mongering, and shit that I have no power to control on my life. I'd rather pay attention to things that interest me. And,
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's my disposition.
Right.
Yodi, what do you mean bites you?
What is that?
That's why you pay pretty fucking close.
Oh, that's a raccoon?
This is the shit.
What do I do with it?
When that mom
What do I do with it?
Oh, you're so cute. You gonna bite her?
Oh shit!
Easy, get it off me! Get it off me! Get it off me! Get it off!
Aw, he's adorable.
Oh, get down!
I don't think it's gonna do anything.
The raccoon's
The
gonna be
mom is gonna fuck her up though. That shit's been in the garbage, bro. Like,
Yeah, she wild. They're definitely drunk.
Yodi, what if he bites you?
He's so cute.
Okay, what's going on here? Okay, we got a big clear log.
oh man, everybody's doing this trend now. I follow this one girl that does it. She be changing.
We're doing this trend right now.
Hey, man.
We're doing this
Come with
trend.
me to what was probably one of my
Yo,
favorite
this is
meals
great.
in a
Yo,
long
can
time.
we pause this for a second?
Yeah.
So, this is a guy I watch called Asmon Gold. He used to be a game streamer, and he has 1 million subscribers. He been like streaming a while, which is like World of Warcraft. It's like one of the most addictive games. It was one of the most addictive games. It's like the father of its genre. He's been streaming over 20 years, and he stopped streaming games because whatever the reason doesn't matter. Now he streams and just reacts to shit. So he's literally on YouTube all day watching shit and just watches it with his stream and reacts to it. And then there's another YouTuber I follow called Mudahar. He's a Indian dude that reacts to like gaming news, mostly GTA and things of that nature. And made a video about Asmongold and people like him and how it's pretty much what we're doing right now, kind of, is kind of deteriorating or it has a negative impact on small to small streamers or small YouTubers, because by Asmongold going with 1 million subscribers, reacting to somebody's video, he's taking all the views and comments, potential comments that they would get on that channel that's going to propel them in the algorithm of YouTube into other people's timeline, and it's all going to Asmon now.
But wouldn't he be exposing them? Because by looking,
that's what he
like,
thought he was doing.
I will say, because like SS Sniper Wolf does this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I literally me and my daughter just binge watch her. And then we literally go find the video that she pulls up so we can see the full video.
Okay, but all right, so that's you. Think about how many people that don't do that. That watch that video, and now if they do see it, I don't need to watch it.
I think the exposure is more important.
I think so too.
Yeah, I was about to say, because wouldn't they, like, you want to see the full video, or you're just curious about the video, you might just go find the page just to go watch the shit.
The thing with this show that's like interesting though is that like my life is good. You get what I'm saying? And I don't need, like, I feel like this is something cool to do.
Yeah.
And I'm looking to do this for like longevity.
Okay.
You know? And this is like, I can do this and talk about things and break things down. And I'm not really looking to chase clout. You know?
But clout, what do you mean clout? You mean like just attention?
Numbers, like, of course I want to scale it because we get better every show.
Yeah.
You know? Like, we're about to change this whole studio up.
Yeah.
But that's not the determining factor in why I'm doing this.
So your disposition on anything, that's okay.
What's okay?
What I just said?
What Asmon
Yeah, that's okay.
I wasn't sure. I was kind of wanted to run it by other people.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm about to say, what's like really wrong with it? Like,
So basically,
go ahead.
So basically, what he was saying, I don't want to butcher his words, is he would go. So say if you're not a
big time
large content creator,
mm-hmm.
and Asmongold streams yourself, which has 1 million subscribers,
mm-hmm.
over 1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Once that dude does that, all the traffic that would have came to that video doesn't go there anymore. And not forget the video specifically, but so like YouTube, the way it goes is once you start getting monetized, you have to it's like a 7-day period. Within 7 days, you have to always have your shit. Post something else, and has people react to it.
Oh, you have to keep the
interaction,
okay.
or you'll fall off the basically the algorithm. It's like you won't be acknowledged anymore. Okay. So like the suggestions won't pop. You won't be popping up suggestions. The discoverability goes down tremendously.
So is he using other people's stuff for his own stuff? Is that what the problem
I
really
mean,
is?
it's technically that's what he's doing. His entire streaming now is just reaction videos. So he's just watching videos all day with people. So it's like, instead of like, say if the Amber Heard trial, you wanted to watch that, I watched it with Amber Asmongold. I didn't watch it through whatever media source. I watched it with him. Okay. Meaning that whatever media source was putting it, they lost the potential viewer that could have saw it. But they don't get hurt from it because that's for like CBS and some crazy shit.
I was say, yeah, it was actually streaming.
But had it been like us, you know what I mean? Like the potential, say if he would have got 100, now we're getting none.
But you don't think that him showing that one video is gonna make them want to watch more of our videos? Possibly. Like I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what the answer. This is what Mudahar was saying. Please, if I'm butchering his name,
sounds like
he's
a little salty.
I mean, he has millions of
exactly. So
he has more than Asmin.
So why worry about what he's doing?
I don't think it was about Asmin specifically. It's just that it's getting oversaturated. That there's too many people doing reaction videos. Like that's the only content that they do. You know what I mean?
That's what they do. Like,
I don't know.
People want to watch videos.
Listen. All I'm just bringing the news. I'm just a message. I just want to see what people think about it because I don't know. I never even thought about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say some videos I wouldn't have found if it wasn't for people watching reaction videos. And I'm like, I want to see more. So it's just like, okay, he's exposing you. If the rest of your content isn't as good as that one video he's exposing you, then that's on you, not on him.
Well, that's true. But maybe the person's up and coming. Like, look at us. We're just getting to that place where we're gonna be like popping. You know what I mean? Right. And maybe that demise could like hit somebody and be like, I don't know what the answer is. I don't know if it's like I think what you're saying makes more sense.
Is it demise based off his opinion of the video or him actually watching the video? Because what harm could it really do from him watching the video? But do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So if he's like, oh, this is hilarious, and maybe
and he also links the whatever video is in the profile.
So how could that really be bad?
That's true.
How could that really be bad? It just sounds like Mudahar's not paying attention to his own
it's
paper.
A quick video.
Yeah.
Let me see.
On what?
The video, because he had more things that he was saying, and I don't want to. I feel like right now I'm coming with him. I'm just like, I don't know. Everything she said is right. Yeah, what the fuck was he talking about? But this nigga got 4 million subscribers. He had to have something. But his name is Mudahar. Did you put MUD?
Sounds like he needs to focus on his own paper.
Let me see. I'll tell you which one it is. It was like last week I saw it. We're doing exactly what he said not to do on his video where he said not to do
it. Joke's on you.
Wait, how do you go to his video? Because it's like, this is like what his
Is that the first one?
Nah.
To his channel?
Yeah, how do we, that's
his channel.
Oh, that's channel, okay. All right, here we go. Twitch reactors.
So again, it's kind of wild that on YouTube, literally entire videos can be hijacked, then completely re-uploaded, and there's not an issue of DMCA. There's not even like a problem with anything. Like this is not.
This reminds me of sampling in hip hop.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I think what he's saying is I don't want to say it's bullshit, but it's like at the end of the day, when you're repurpolating other forms of art, you're essentially sampling it, right? If you have a good sampler, like somebody that does great reaction videos, he's the equivalent to like a Kanye West.
Okay, so all right, I agree with you, but what about the people that are just like playing like entire videos? They're just like there's people
that loop entire samples.
I don't think that should be.
I like hearing Ghostface over the Temptations and he's killing it. Art is relative. Who are you to say that somebody shouldn't do their art that way?
Is it fair to the original creator though? Imagine you make some.
Is it fair to the Temptations?
That's what I'm saying.
It's art. Once you release your art,
you don't think they should get money for
I'm a sampling artist.
So let's say somebody takes one of your songs and the first entire verse is used to make the entire premise of. I don't know how, but your first entire
it'll be flattering.
It's flattering. You don't feel like you're entitled to any type of some type of financial gain?
With me, it's more about legacy and people appreciating the art than monetizing the art. You're going to tell me
right now, if Jay-Z has a whole verse of yours, does not mention you, but your whole verse, you're not trying to see no bread.
If Jay-Z took my whole verse, rewritten out of, I would want recognition.
Some type of compensation, right?
Recognition.
So is that the real problem?
Yeah, compensation
is that the bottom line. The problem
even
is that they're not getting.
Listen, because even if it's not Jay-Z giving me $100,000, him shouting me out is probably worth more than $100,000. So that's why I say recognition.
So that's what he's saying. Like he's saying there's some Twitch users that are streamers that are just walking through the shit, just like watching entire videos and just dead silent, and then going to another video, dead silent, walking to just watching.
But are they tagging the video?
I mean, I don't think you can do that on Twitch.
Not tagging the video.
What he's saying is they do it on Twitch. They save the whole video and then re-upload it on YouTube as their own video.
But are you aware of who made the original video?
I mean, I guess if you're watching him watch it, you would see.
Then you're doing them a favor.
Yeah, I was say how could that really be like?
I don't know. I think we need to see more.
If you had two followers and I had 100,000 followers, and
but we're not talking about two. We're talking about 100,000 versus 1 million. Now 100,000. Okay, so this is the difference. 100,000. Was you saying two? Two has a potential of like having one or two people watching, maybe a fifth.
I'm just really making that analogy of
So 100,000 has a potential of getting 100,000 views, maybe more. Where versus the million, but where the person that has 1 million subscribers can stop that. And let's say this is you got 100,000 subscribers and you're just finally starting to make this your main gig now. This is your main job. Yeah. This is maybe you just say life's good. This is not the main job for you. So we're not talking about us. We're talking about the $100,000 this is now his main source of income. And then the 1 million subscriber YouTuber came in, took the video and posted it as his own. And now he's not getting any views on that video that he potentially took 20 to 30 hours to make. And now he has to worry about how to pay bills. You know what I mean? Like I'm not.
So it's interfering with a smaller a person with a smaller audience getting the views because they're not getting the views. It's going to their video.
Yes, it's not just smaller. It's a certain in between. Because if you're at the bottom, you're not really using YouTube as a place of income. So you're probably getting recognition. It's all gain for you from there.
So it's like
if you're at a place where you're already making money and it's like this is your main source of income. It kind of teeter-tots. Like maybe
so it's like buying something from a store and then selling it yourself for more? Like
no, because if you're buying it from that store still got its money.
Okay.
So it's almost like
stealing it?
Taking it from a store
right.
And then like giving it to Jay-Z to wear. But that's the only one you have left. And in order for you to get it,
I don't know. I still disagree.
I know. You could be right, and I just don't. It
sounds like an old man complaining to me.
I think it's I think it's the exposure. I really do. I think just the fact that the fact that they have more of a following than you, and your video is on a better platform. I think it's promotion.
But even if it's just that one video, can't you make more content? And like, do you get what I'm saying? If it's one video,
but if they just keep coming back and reacting to it, like I don't know, because this is something that's. I'm gonna say if
it's like a pattern of you just stealing every single last one of my videos.
Maybe not that one YouTuber, but maybe like another one comes on next week, and then another one, and then another one.
No, because when you break this down, all this is in the end of the day is performance art. So say if you have more followers than me and you took my video and put it on your channel, right? And I could flip it however I want. I could take that video of what you did and say I didn't like it and put that back on my channel and tag you. It's performance art.
That's true.
It's all however you take it. That it kind of reminds me of the lady crossing the street. She gets hit by a car, and you save her from the car, and she falls again and hits her elbow and sues you.
That sues you. Yeah.
I just saved your life.
Yeah.
You could do whatever you want to do.
I think
you know
what I mean.
I think YouTube's so new that it's just like there's so many like tricky situations that they haven't quite figured out yet.
He just said that
I would say it's gonna come like more and more and more issues that they're gonna find with just stupid. Because I'm sorry, but I just feel like it's silly that he literally like made this whole video about other people stealing other people's videos.
No, he what's the name stole one of his videos too. He was gonna get
one of his videos.
Yeah.
Well, it's just one video. If you're consistently creating content more and more and more, like what is one video?
So I think he just did what I said.
But here's a different situation. Mudar has more subscribers than Asmongold. And Asmongold took one of his videos. So how does that benefit him?
It's not even a benefit because now you're sharing each other's audiences.
So here's the thing. The only thing, I agree with you, but I agree with you 90%. The only thing is it's like I can't subscribe to telling somebody how to feel about their content being stolen.
No, you can't. Like, but at the same time.
The man, he feels some type of way about it. So obviously, whatever benefit that you find to be, he doesn't find it beneficial.
I get it because Prince was like that. He didn't want nobody sampling his records.
And what reason was that?
I mean,
and it's just because Prince felt like you don't even own your shit, so I'm paying some random Jewish guy.
That's bars.
I know. You don't even own your shit, so I'm sampling you, and the money's not going to you.
Yeah,
you know. But think about what if Kanye would have sampled Prince and how that would have sounded for culture and shit like that, you know?
Probably been beautiful.
Yeah. So it's like to each his own, but I think it's a beautiful thing. Like, and I'm into upcycling. I'm into people taking like thrift Levi's jacket and upcycling and turn it into something else.
I agree.
Oh no, you shouldn't be able to sell that because that's Levi's product.
I disagree on that. But the only thing is that I kind of get what he's saying when it comes to like you take all this time to make something and then somebody else takes it and reaps the benefit off of it. I can't
that
tell.
That shit happens every
but does it make
day.
it okay though?
It doesn't, but it's just like
it's like saying like, oh, I just broke my leg. Niggas break their leg all day, my nigga. Like
they do.
Am I not supposed to be upset about it?
You can be upset. Just take care of it.
I think at the end of the day, a lot of times if you notice with like big rappers like a Jay-Z or someone, right? Mm-hmm. He not gonna even, or not even Jay-Z, just any rapper in the game. And say if you a rapper and you upcoming, you still recording in your basement, a lot of niggas is not going to even say your name.
Yeah.
For somebody to just say your name is big.
Yeah.
And you know you're doing them a favor. I always used to say it's just as good. I think Ja Rule, a better example. I think the best thing that ever happened to Meek Mill was for him to coexist with Drake.
Yeah.
Because now you're put, even if you're not alongside Drake, you're still put to his level.
Yeah.
And you see eye to eye, or you're not seeing eye to eye and you're sitting across from him, you know?
Yeah.
And you're still coexisting with one of the biggest rap artists in the world. And Meek Mill is not at I'm sorry, he's not at the level of Drake.
But I think that's easy for us to say looking on the outside. But like that's the same thing you say about Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen was like a top 5 player in the NBA, but always fell in the shadow of Michael Jordan because you play with Michael Jordan, bro.
Yeah.
Who the fuck care about Scottie Pippen when Jordan? So obviously that nigga felt some type of way because even today this nigga talking wild shit about Jordan.
It's the way you look at it, yo. I think it's all the way you look at it.
I think it's about
you
the
can
person
look at it. You can look at it half empty or half full. At the end of the day,
I agree, but I think it's a lot different talking on the outside perspective than being on the inside. You know what I mean? It's like I don't want to talk about something that it's like victims of sexual something. You know what I mean? You can tell that person like, you can say how you would have dealt with it or what
sympathize
you know
and
what
empathize.
I mean? But at the end of the day, you can tell that person how they should feel about it.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just saying how I feel about it, and I think those people should be a little more appreciative. I think that's what I'm saying.
Yo, you gotta watch this shit. It's like, I just think it's a little weird to tell people how they should feel about it. No, I'm just talking about me and how I feel about it and how them people should appreciate it. But
it makes sense.
That
didn't just make sense.
But you're telling them how to feel about it.
No, I said how
you feel about it. Those people should appreciate it.
No,
you would appreciate
I feel that. Yeah, exactly how I feel about it.
Oh, you feel? I thought you said I'm just saying how I feel about it, and those people should appreciate it.
That's how I feel.
Oh, okay.
The other side should appreciate it.
Yeah, I get. Okay,
that's what
I thought you
know.
What?
Like people are so.
I think everybody's mad sensitive and fucking petty and petty. It's just like,
yo, growing up, people are fucking harsh.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you develop thick skin, and that's how you all right.
Just fucking take the video that he took from you and just redo it.
Yeah, redo it.
I don't think it's a feeling thing, though. I think it
is a feeling.
I think I need to finish watching the video because he had more facts he was talking about.
He's boring.
I think. See, this is what I'm saying. Yo, you know what y'all sound like, bro? Y'all sound like. I remember when if you argue with the popular kids in school. And the nigga that's not popular is actually making some type of sense, but the popular kids don't have the time to fucking.
That's not true.
I don't give a fuck. But you
that's not true. Because I'm listening to you.
But I know, but I'm saying though, but like, first you gotta finish watching the video, and on second, you're not talking about the fact that this nigga has more subscribers. He's more successful than the one that took his video. So at the end of the day, there's no benefit from him. You're saying being appreciated, you should appreciate it. Appreciate what? Like that's
but
like
then why does it matter then if you have all these subscribers and you're already good?
Like Johnny Depp losing $7 million on divorce for her to go. She's supposed to donate the money and whatever. Johnny Depp has been
take it out for years.
So what if Asmongold dissed this shit?
What do you mean?
So what if Asmongold, that was the person, right?
Yeah.
What if Asmongold made a video where he was like, this nigga is whack and stupid and made a whole video on that?
Okay. What do you mean?
So
I'm saying, like, would he still make a video? I don't think he should be dissing like Hunter.
But that's not what he's making. He's saying that. So okay.
What I'm saying is, what if he's like, fuck your content?
That's cool.
It's okay for him to
do he's not. That's not the point he's making. He's not saying I'm making this video because Asmongold took my content. He's saying the future of YouTube could be at jeopardy if this trend keeps growing as it is growing.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah,
like,
right.
The amount of people that are starting to do the reaction videos on Twitch, specifically Twitch, that is their main source. Like they're not creating content. They're not doing anything but just watching videos and gaining off of that is detrimental to the future of productivity and
content creators.
So just think, like, if everybody was just taking the parts that they like or the majority of videos of the content creators are not eating now. At what part do we start saying that this needs to be?
I think that's almost like you looking. I think the future of social media is the consumer being interactive. Like it kind of reminds me of the STEM player of now, instead of just listening to the track in a linear fashion, you get to play with the track, you know? I think the future of all this content creation is everybody being interactive and pulling everybody in on the conversation or what have you. I think that's what everything is turning into. Everything is turning into this place where almost like you remember when MySpace first came out and everybody got to edit their page and do HTML, and it's like everything is just more. We're living in a more interactive age where I remember in an interview or documentary, whatever, Kanye said that soon people are gonna put Yeezy out of business because they're gonna be printing their own sneaker. You know, and
honestly, I think that's not a bad thing. But just like we was talking about the music, how like the reason why streamers is doing so well is because we kind of had to, because streamers weren't making money. I mean, artists stopped making money because there's pirating the music. I think the issue is YouTube is so new, just like Sade said, that we're gonna get to a state pretty soon where we're gonna have to figure out how to monetize certain content, because
it's just
if the artist can't get paid, the artist can't keep creating art. So then what are we gonna end up doing? You know what I mean?
No, but there's always gonna be new ways of getting paid. It reminds me of the NFT talk, to where the labels that are trying to control the narrative of how and where the money goes is now the fans get the money because they own the NFT of the song.
I don't know too much about NFT. I've tried so many times.
So basically,
I'm failing to grasp.
So basically, say if I put out a song and I put out now you get royalty. You know royalties.
Yeah, I know royalties.
You get royalties off that song because you
I own the NFT.
Yes.
But what is the NFT?
NFT is real estate of the song.
It's a non-fungible token.
Okay.
It's a non.
You know what I mean by real estate?
How do I have it? Like what? Other than paying somebody through the internet, how do I? Is it something I can tangibly like?
I'm gonna say it in a different way. You basically get a serial code.
Okay.
It can't be duplicated. It can't be taken from you. It can't be
it's attached to my name.
Yes.
You get a serial code.
Okay, so purchasing an NFT. Now, my question is, so these NFTs, how do these NFTs, who creates them?
So, I'm not gonna sit here and like break down and be like an NFT guru, because I'm not.
Okay.
But to simplify what you're talking about, right? They've created online real estate, basically, just to cut it all short.
Okay.
So there's a certain identification you get behind save the NFT, because you have different NFTs that means certain things. Some NFTs are like utility.
Yeah, I remember you was talking about before. You was like,
so
free gap for
it could be anything. So just think about it as
almost like a perks card or some type shit.
Yeah, of course. But just think about it as you own something that's like not tangible in your hand.
Okay.
You know.
All right. So but almost like a stock.
Yeah, like something like that.
Okay.
But that's all that is. Not even getting into it.
So now to tie it back to your point, because I honestly I've heard of NFTs. I just didn't know what the fuck. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen like a monkey NFT that was like mad news about it. It's like somebody stole it.
Oh,
from Seth Green shit.
The Babe Club, the little gorilla monkeys.
I don't know. Something about a monkey.
What were you trying to say?
I thought you were saying you were making a connection with NFTs.
Oh, so basically, because now you can own. I think Nas put out an NFT for one of his songs, and now you can own. Now you make money every time that song is being played.
Okay.
Now think about that.
Okay.
Think about, instead of the label getting money off of a song, the actual fans get money off of their favorite song. So when I was talking about making the point about the consumer being interactive with the artist, it's almost like how like the reaction videos. Like now everybody gets to play. Like, remember the episode we made, The Celebrity is Dead?
Yeah.
Like everybody's the celebrity now. Everybody can play now.
I get that. That's kind of what's happening with video games as well, because like they got games now where they'll put out the original, the original or official game the way it's supposed to be played or how it was created to be played, and then they'll have different servers where it's modded by other people, like indie developers that like, hey, I made this version where all the characters are Family Guy characters, or all the characters are from The Simpsons instead of like being the real way they're supposed to be. You know what I mean? Or whatever. So I get that. Like, but all I'm saying is like this. I mean, honestly, I'm not on any side of the situation. I want to see what y'all thought about it. I just feel like, just like Sade said, YouTube is very new, and it's gonna be like, there's a lot of YouTubers that are full-time YouTubers, and I can see that being a problem in the future if this culture of reaction videos continues to grow as it's looked like it's gonna grow. There's got to be like a something like
but I think it's just gonna form more guidelines to what will qualify for monetization, or what will qualify for content. You get what I'm saying? It's not gonna just be about numbers. Then they're just gonna have to like just get a little bit more clear about the defining.
The fair use law is what they go by, and that shit, like he just said, it's like it was a law created in the 70s prior to anything the internet was ever doing. You know what I mean? So obviously it's going to change, but I just think it's going to be interesting to see how that is going to change. Because it's funny, like what's like even right now we're on YouTube, we're using YouTube as a platform to use this do this podcast. Knowing certain words we can't say on here have been changed. Like before, I was looking up videos because on my stream, like, you know, I play a lot of competitive games, and when you're in a competitive nature, you kind of yell stupid shit out, and I'm like, damn, I started looking up videos. What can I say and can't say on YouTube? And it's like, it's so hard to find the answer because I look at a video from 12 years ago and it's like, you can't say these words. I mean, I could do that. Then you look up a video from like last year, you can't say. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense. And I look up a video from a month ago and it's like, well, you kind of can say these words, but you can't say these words. It all depends on context. It's just like, there's no one answer anymore. So it's like, I feel like there needs to be like better guidelines when it comes to YouTube.
Well, I think as the gaps appear, they're gonna come up with them.
I think the world is open source.
No, dead ass.
Think about it.
I hear you.
Do you think about? Did you get what I'm saying?
I hear.
The world is open source. Even if YouTube cancels us, I could
go to Spotify.
I can HTML a site.
That is true.
And put HTML5 up and put all of our episodes one by one.
It's going to be a little harder, but
but it can happen.
It can happen.
This whole thing is like open source.
It is.
The future it's crazy because the future you'd think in the year 3000 there's going to be flying cars and all Teslas on the road. You're going to see a 98 Honda as well as a fucking flying car.
Yeah.
You know, like the future is everything everywhere all at once. You know, the future is a melting pot of the 70s, 60s, 80s, 90s, 2000, everything. Mm-hmm. And it's all open source and it's all interactive.
I'm not saying that's not a thing, but I'm not. Listen, I'm not saying we need to do the YouTube. It's not what my disposition is.
Mm-hmm.
My conversation is just strictly like, it's kind of confusing here. That's it. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
I think anything new that is confusing, like it's just like when cars had no fucking seatbelts and a kid could ride up front and you can smoke in them. You get what I'm saying? Like they realize like, oh, maybe this isn't a good idea. People are gonna die.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like let's build something. And I think I firmly believe in agents of chaos. Like this is just gonna want people to want order. Let's figure out solutions so that we can clear up this chaos because that's all it really is.
So you would like for there to be order? No?
In life? Or like
because that's what it
that's
what
you're
it
asking
is. The
for.
rules.
The rules and regulations.
I was literally brought this question up to see what y'all thought. Like
no, I'm saying what would you, because you said that you would like for there to be like better rules and guidelines.
I would like it to be a little bit clearer. I would like not to spend hours and hours on doing a video or spend months streaming on my time and then to find out that you
can't
have to
post
take
it.
all these down.
That's what I'm saying. Why?
That's not. I don't think that's. I'm not asking for like guide my entire life. Just tell me what I can't say, bro. Like,
but that's what when I said on like the world is open source. What if there was no rules?
But isn't there also censorship?
I'm doing YouTube. I say that.
Like when I say no rules, I mean on putting out content.
And I would say whatever I want to say.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's where it's gonna go.
I hope that's where it goes. I really do. Because at the end of the day, like, the only thing that I doubt it. Same thing as the last episode. Like, I think there's some type of scare thing with hateful rhetoric. Like hate
That's
speech.
what I'm saying. I doubt that's gonna happen.
That's a bit much. But also, I think everybody should be able to say what the fuck they want. Like, I feel like people should be able to,
even if it's hateful and it's threatening towards other people.
That's the thing it's a fucking hard one, man. It's hard because
that's what I'm saying. But you can't play both sides. You either want everybody to say what they want or you don't.
I think if the goal is to get people to do something, no, because that's manipulation.
That's terrorism.
That's terrorism.
Yeah.
To an extent, if your goal is to get people to like go after a certain gender, religion, whatever, then yeah, I don't like that. But if you just don't like black people, or you don't like white people, or if you don't like whatever you don't like, then fuck it. Just say what you want to say. And just, I don't know. I feel like everybody should be able to say what, because then you know who you're dealing with. You know what I mean? I know who this guy is. I don't want anything to do with him. And I'm not saying, hey, I know who this is, let's cancel him. Because I don't like cancel culture either. This is the same thing as censoring. It's dangerous. I feel like what makes life worth living is being able to be free in options and being able to be creative or spontaneous if you want to, or calculated. The choice is yours.
The only thing,
free speech, free will, free all of that.
I think that does exist. It's just that you can't tell a company how to run their company. That's the only thing.
That's the thing.
And because
unless there's competition,
because there's politics, right? And if alright, so weed is legal, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can't tell UPS to stop drug testing people because they don't want to hire anybody that smokes weed. That's what we do at our company. You know, weed is legal, you know, but at our companies, we just don't do that.
And then the response to that is, as a consumer, we could stop using UPS as a carrier company. We can go to FedEx or another company that doesn't have that requirement.
Exactly. What I'm trying to say that is why it's still open source. For example, with YouTube and say talking a little too freely and not going by the guidelines, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like how I said, you can build your own website and put all your content on your website and go direct to consumer, and that's the closest thing you have to the amendment.
And I know that's an option, but like that when that's the option or that's the goal, you kind of have less time to be creative and have to worry because you got more responsibilities. You got to more work to do. You got to work to get your HTML popular.
Sounds like the government.
You got to go. Like YouTube makes it easy. YouTube's still a tool. The fuck. Twitter's a tool. It's a platform. There's places you don't have to build this shit. Not only do you got to get people to look at your content, you got to get them to look at the page where your content's at. It's a little harder.
Yeah, you're more accessible on YouTube. I'm just saying it still exists.
It does.
So, yeah.
And I don't doubt that. I mean, maybe get so what I think the best thing to do, there's a guy named EDP45 or 44, EDP, whatever. Anyways, he's a big YouTuber that just said, man, like, edgy shit. I don't even say edgy. I was really just childish, but a lot of edgy shit that he grew up huge ass following, and people found out that he may have been we're not supposed to say the word on YouTube, so I'm not going to say it. It's all right if y'all don't care, but I'm not going to say it. He's a person that likes Pizzagate type shit. You know what I mean? Rugrat Chaser.
Oh, like
that.
He's a file cabinet.
Yes, he's a file cabinet. Anyways,
that's funny.
Yeah, we got it though. It's funny that we. Anyways, so this nigga got caught. They basically did like that. What's that show where they like they be waiting for him the camera, like, oh, we got you. We don't not pranked, but
Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen his ass. And they basically what they did to him is they kicked him off YouTube, and after YouTube he tried to get jobs because he had no other source of income, and people were like, go to his jobs, tell him who he was, what he did. He would get fired from his job. kicked out apartments. The part where he was living in motel and motel, when niggas will start going to motels and telling like, you got a dangerous person here, this is what he does, and they would kick him out. Like to the part where they're pushing this man to go to self-deletion. Now, being that the guy's a file cabinet, I don't really care. I don't, whatever. But
that's hilarious. What would you call it? File cabinet?
I mean, like, but you got it though, right?
Yeah, I just got it because I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? I was mad confused for a second.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's just like, what's the point I was making? So the point is, we're talking about like, fuck, this is why I don't drink. Freedom of speech. Yeah. So all right, so boom. I don't know what happened in court. They deemed him as an innocent person, I guess, because he's back on YouTube. But I don't like what the fuck? What is the right answer? Like he's a file cabinet. He's a file cabinet, but niggas is like they got him off of his platform. Great. Then they got him out of their job, got him out of another job, got him out of another job, got him out of places where he's living in.
But he still has
self-deletion was the only like route for him at that point.
No, I'm telling him to touch little boy then.
I get what you and I get it. I get it.
Some help, like I mean,
but that's not what the people wanted to see him die. That's pretty much what they
sad.
wanted. And that shit is just like, bro, like
fame, little dirty business.
Hey man, I get that, and I agree. I agree to an extent, but it's just my thing is this. I just don't want like there's got to be some point where there's a limit to like what we're accepting because it's a dangerous thing. Let's say that's not the case. Let's say the case is Will Smith. Let's cancel him now. Let's take away everything from him. Let's ruin his life. Like, what is the limit? I get it. There's this clear distinction of what Will Smith did and what this dude did. But my point is, doesn't change that cancel culture and this whole
cancel culture is ridiculous.
I don't know. It's just
I'm telling you, they cancel Kanye yet?
They tried to, but
why can't they cancel Kanye?
Like, fucking billionaire.
But it's just like, what is really cancel culture? Like, it's just a bunch of fucking people with their own opinions that don't like your opinion.
I really think I missed my point. I don't think that was my point. I really think that I'm like a little buzzed and I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, it's okay.
I really think I'm a little buzzed and I was going I'm about to stick the landing and I just said, hey, here's a butterfly. And it went down. It just went a complete. When we look back at this video, I'm going to laugh. I already know because I know I missed
I'm going to have
point.
to chop this up.
Yeah.
Because there's points where
I think we're
watching the video. Yeah. I gotta skim through that fast. I'm gonna make it.
Yeah, I think I'm a little buzzed. I'm not gonna lie.
Let's wrap this. Yo, let's not even wrap it up, but let's get a ground base. Let's get closure on that.
Let's get closure
and like move on.
What was the main point? Because I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a little lost.
The main point was freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech. Yeah. So freedom of speech. I think freedom of speech.
Can we get to a ground basis that this world is still open source and you still can't get canceled? Because I really believe so. Can we get to a ground basis that it's like, if you have knowledge of going direct to consumer with your product or your content, or if you got the bag, or there's always a way around it, and you're not subjected to self-deletion?
I agree to an extent. Yeah, I do feel like there's always an option.
What do you think, Sade?
I think it's just extreme. It's just like, I think that cancel culture is just about like how people feel. And of course, everybody's entitled to how they feel and their opinions. And I don't know. I just think it's like really extreme. And
I'm talking about my
what you said.
Yeah, my conclusion. That's what I'm saying. To conclude, like
yeah, everything. there's always an option, and there's always an option to not feed or pay attention to something you don't agree with. I don't think canceling them is a viable option, but I mean, you can figure it out. I feel like we just live in a world where everything's figure outable.
You think so?
I don't.
No?
Why not?
I think the majority of situations, yeah, you can figure it out once the masses try to cancel you. Most situations, yes, there's always another option. EDP 45, or whatever that dude's name is, I don't think he had many options. I think him being popular, but not rich enough to fight back.
So, R. Kelly, say if he was free,
he's rich enough to fight back.
He can't sell records.
He's rich enough to fight back.
Right. So that's an option, though.
That's what I'm saying. Not everybody is R. Kelly.
Well, so then everybody doesn't have the same options, but you still have options.
I feel like if you don't have the resources to weather the storm, you will not weather the storm.
Well, then shouldn't you consider then what you're putting out or what you're doing rather than just saying, "Oh, I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna say what I want to say." You should consider that. Okay, I don't have the resources. I may not have these options, so let me consider a little bit more what I'm going to put out until I'm at the point where fuck them trying to cancel me. I have the resources. I can do whatever I want. You can build your options.
I see. We're not. That's
so you still have an
does
option.
everybody?
That's not the debate, though.
Can everybody make money?
Can everybody make money?
No.
No, not everybody. There's some people that have disabilities that are not able to make money.
Huh?
So not everybody. Okay. So not everybody has the option to get out of being canceled because they can't make the money.
Not everybody. Majority of people, I believe, yeah.
But you don't think that's their own fault because they created this situation?
See, here's the thing. Like, I'm not saying that these people, like EDP, I just want to make it clear. I'm not defending a file cabinet. I don't give a fuck what happens to the man. I'm talking about the nature of cancel culture and what
the extremeness,
the future of it. It needs to be deleted. I feel like it has to be stopped. Like, it has to be stopped because of what a potential could be. I'm not saying that the people that put themselves in position to be canceled we need to save them. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is this is an ugly thing that can turn into something else. And I feel like it's close, kind of like what Jordan Peterson been saying. It's close to like Marxism, whatever the nigga name.
That's what I said. I think we're already there. I think we're tiptoeing over.
If you don't agree with what the masses say, you're the bad guy.
Right.
Like, just think about it.
Yeah.
Like, we could talk about the whole gender thing, the whole anything. There's a lot of unpopular. It's not even unpopular at this point. There's a lot of opinions that if you say publicly, you could be metamorphic. I'm drunk. You could be fucking publicly flogged to the point where life will be difficult for you. And I think it's very difficult.
So what's the point of like people doing these podcasts? Are we all just following suit and just trying to say what we can say and being allowed to say, or are we speaking freely?
I think we are speaking freely, but look what they try to do to Joe Rogan.
What they do to Joe Rogan?
What they tried to do to Joe Rogan.
What they tried to do to him?
They tried to cancel him.
I think as soon as you decide to continue, you fail when you stop. If Joe Rogan just keeps going, like nothing can stop him. That I really feel like that.
Of course, because he got the bag now.
Yeah, but even without the bag, if you have your following and if you continue to go, nobody's gonna stop you.
I'm gonna look up for the next episode a couple of people that got canceled
and stopped
tried to keep going.
And then they went back to zero.
My nigga, there's people that happen. So you don't think nobody can fail?
Man, I don't believe so.
I think they just.
I don't believe so.
Like, bills need to be paid. People need to eat. People have kids. People have responsibilities. People can't just be sitting there doing what they used to be doing when things were cushy.
But there's
when things go bad.
You can read. You could transmute.
My nigga, this is the type of shit they used to say to black people when the motherfucking crack drugs in America, war and drugs and super predator was a thing. Why can't y'all just do this? Why can't you just? Everybody has an option. Everybody has a chance. You can make your life better. Yeah.
And we can.
Systemic racism, whatever.
But we still.
I'm telling you right now, nobody's holding me back. I'm gonna get it.
I hear you, bro.
Nobody's ever gonna hold me down. Nobody ever gonna hold me back. I'm gonna get it.
I think like same way you could say, like the last episode, kids that don't have parents. You were fortunate because you had both parents. These kids that don't have parents don't have the same opportunities as you. It's the same way you can
still
say,
figure it out.
The same way you can say, well, maybe the people that do get canceled don't have the drive or don't have ideas or don't have the resources you have.
But my ass is going to get the bag, and nobody did. I get it. Like. I'm fortunate. I could have been in the orphanage. Even if I was in the orphanage, I would have figured the shit out and I would have got the bag and nothing's holding me down.
I agree.
That's just, you know me, my nigga.
Yeah, I do.
Well, I'm not gonna even this is like,
I think even if you give up, you can still find your way back. Like just because you're having a moment, you've been canceled, and at that moment you're in such a dark place you can't figure it out. That doesn't mean at some point you can't create something, recreate yourself. Like you can figure it out.
Yo, anybody watching this show, if you're in a slump, it's never over for you.
Until you die.
Be creative. The more you can think about creative options to get yourself out of your options, you open new doors and you can get out any situation that you're in. Never sit down and put yourself in the mental stalemate and feel like there's no options for you. You can always get out. You can always be creative. You can always find doors. Do not stop. Never stop. Never self-delete yourself.
Agreed.
Don't do it. And never believe that somebody can cancel you. Because nobody can cancel you.
Until God cancels you.
Until God cancels you. That's it.
Over till it's over.
That's it. That's what I really believe that, you know? And I get what you're saying. But if you came to me saying that, I'll be like, no.
I hear you.
I'll be like, no, we gonna figure this shit out.
I hear you. I'm just saying, like, shit happens in this world, man. And I wish...
Just know that you got...
The only answer was like, hey, keep going.
Just know that you got somebody here to ride with you. That's it.
I hear that.
Sometimes you gotta do that shit by yourself.
Even if you do it by yourself.
Like, you know how many holes... I've been...
Just know that you're fortunate.
Listen,
we gonna figure that shit out.
Yeah.
I've completely given up. I've completely let myself go. I've been dragged through the mud. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I've been through a lot of shit. And it took me a minute, but... I'm not where I used to be. And I could have easily just said, oh, it's over. But every day I wake up is another day. I get another chance to keep trying to figure it out.
Yo, if there's a zombie apocalypse, I'm
gonna figure that shit out.
And we in here and it's overwhelming zombies outside and they about to get us.
We gonna figure this shit
I'm gonna pass you an AK. You get what I'm saying? We get what I'm saying? We we not going out like we're not going out like suckers. We're not going out like we're never going out like suckers. As long as I'm not a file cabinet, I'm good.
Hey, I just want to make sure everybody heard me. I don't fuck with DDP, Diamond Dallas Page. I don't know what the nigga name is. Hey,
you don't like Diamond Dallas Page? Oh, the dude. I thought you were like, Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
Nah, bro. I just want to make it clear. That's not my disposition. I just want to... the cancel culture is dangerous. That's all I'm saying.
It is.
Yo, with that said, man, that was another episode of the IC.
Baby, I'm coming home.
Holla at me. Holla at your boy. Sade Renee. Head Steph. Young Essa. Peace.
Later.
Yeah.
Ow.
Man.